Well, as if life couldn't get more challenging, huh?
It's 9/11 day. It's Friday. It was dentist day. And we can barely breathe. Our whole state is on fire, just like California and much of Washington.
By the way, this is Jill for today.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's a crazy world out there, let me tell you. Yeah,
It gets dark about
oh, God almighty.
3 in the afternoon. Our sky has been filled with smoke.
Oh, it's just
We've
dreadful.
had gale force winds, which had the sky filled with smoke and soot.
Yeah.
So,
But we're safe. We've had a number of people write and say, "Are you guys okay?" And we are fine. We are just, the smoke is pretty bad.
yeah, the
but-
air quality
it's
is
just dreadful.
categorized as unhealthy.
Yeah. And we have fires all around us, but we are kind of, well, we were talking to friends yesterday, and they live in North Carolina, and, they get warnings of hurricanes and that sort of thing, and, they pass by or they sneak around you, and that's how it is here. There's a lot of fire, and yes, the entire Pacific Northwest is on fire, but right now we're safe.
Yeah, right now we're safe.
safe.
The closest fire is about 13 miles
Yeah.
away, but fire, and it's, I think, about 50% controlled, which
Yeah.
is better than a lot of fires in
Oh,
the
my
state.
word.
2 of the largest fires in the state are about to meet up and throw a party, and they may
Oh.
be joined by a third fire.
All
so-
the evacuations,
Yeah.
and a lot of people in this area that is east, close to Mount Hood, and the same going west. A lot of these are rural homes that have they have animals, and they're trying to figure out what to do with their animals because they are in evacuation mode. Fairgrounds are taking them, but the fairgrounds are filling up. Anyway, it's really something.
And even if we want to get out of here,
Oh my God, where? How?
some of the roads south, some of the roads west are blocked
Yeah.
by fire. And we just looked at an air quality map throughout the Pacific Northwest,
boy.
and it sucks all over.
Yeah.
So,
And we have our little bag packed with our little week's worth of medications and a Clorox wipes. God, we don't know if we'd have to go to a hotel. And oh my word, the one thing that's not in there
What?
are extra masks
yes,
and gloves
and passports.
and passports.
Not that Canada wants us, but
Okay, so there you are. We are.
that's all the negative stuff.
That's all the negative stuff. There's good stuff in our life.
Yes, we have enough to eat, and we have
Electricity.
we
We're
have
safe.
electricity periodically.
Yeah, it
we've
went out the
had
other night.
some outages, especially with the windstorms. We had a tree in the little green belt right adjacent to us blow down, and it's currently lying over on top of the fence between us and the green belt.
But we're feeling well,
Yeah.
and we're doing well. So we're very happy to report that.
We are indeed.
Yeah, we're very blessed, and we know it. Really, our week, honestly, we got up this morning, and I said, I feel like I have not done anything all week. I mean, it's just like I've almost been in a sense of personal isolation. I'm not sure what I want to say about it. I mean, the fires have just kind of put a damper on everything. You don't want to go out to even take a drive. Everything's just kind of really subdued.
Yeah.
How's that for a good word? Really subdued?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, that reflected in how I handled the week.
Our life is basically SSDD, same stuff, different day.
Different day.
My brother did send us a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, and the
He
next
did.
day he writes me to ask if we'd finished it yet, and I told him not yet, but the first 260 pieces were delicious.
They were tasty with a little glass of red wine. You're set to go. Well, yeah, we don't have much to report. I will say one thing I cooked this week, which I've cooked before, and it is such a good recipe, and I will do it. It's easy, but I'll do it on camera. Teriyaki, I know people who eat meat are not going to understand this. Teriyaki soy curls.
It was very
Oh my gosh, it was
Very
good. I put it was almost like I did teriyaki / sweet and sour thing, because I added little chunks of pineapple and onion and bell pepper. But I used a teriyaki sauce, and they were just primo.
And I'm excited about tonight's
Yes,
dinner,
he
which
is.
is spaghetti, meatballs, and garlic bread.
Yeah.
The
really.
meatballs are vegan
Of course they are.
but they're
Gardein.
delicious.
The Gardein meatballs are really good.
Yes, they are.
I put them in the sauce and let them simmer, with the sauce heating up. You can't tell the difference.
Now, before we made the switch to plant-based, I had done some meatballs
Mm-hmm.
with beef, pork, and veal.
Yeah.
And these are almost identical.
They're pretty darn
Both
good.
in texture, appearance, and taste. They're
Yeah.
wonderful.
They're great. Well, let's move on to movies, I guess.
We haven't been doing much except watching a lot of films.
We have, and we saw some good ones here. We saw The 7-Year Itch.
It's an oldie, but a goodie. Marilyn Monroe, Tom Ewell.
Yeah, it's a fun film.
Yeah.
It really is. That is the film that when you see the posters of Marilyn Monroe standing over the subway and her dress is flying up, that's the movie it came from, was
Right.
The 7-Year Itch. And then, he made me, not that you made me sit through, but I watched Khartoum. Remember, you
Yes.
had me watch Khartoum, which was 3 hours? 3 hours? 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I made him watch Ben-Hur. 4 hours.
Both of which involve a lot of sand, a lot of camels,
Yeah.
and overacting. But
It's a great film, though.
Yes, it is.
really is a great film. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you really should see it. Dial M for Murder. And again, these are old. Who was in that? I can't even. Who was the female? Oh, it almost came to me. Oh, shoot.
was it
I thought I
Eva
turned
Marie
that-
Saint?
Yes. No. I
Nope.
thought I turned that off. I beg your pardon, everyone. I thought I turned all my sound off, but I guess I didn't. Now I did.
She does that to me all the time.
I do.
I'm trying to watch a movie, and she's getting 54 texts per hour,
No.
and she has to deal with all of them right away. She can't wait.
It was-
Finally, I shut the damn film off and go do something
It
else.
does. It was Ray Milland, Robert Cummings, and who was the femme fatale in that? Shoot, John.
Yvonne DiCarlo. No.
No, it doesn't matter. It's a great movie.
Benny Hill. No.
Stop it. Anyway, and Dial M for Murder. It's an Alfred Hitchcock, and he does it very well.
And then we watched another Alfred Hitchcock,
God, what a movie!
North by Northwest.
Now that was Eva Marie Saint.
Yes,
And
Cary Grant.
Cary Grant. Now
Or Gregory Peck.
No,
No,
it was Cary
Cary
Grant, who I find extremely sexy. I do. I said that
I
last
don't
week
think
about a
he's
couple of
sexy at
people.
all, but what do I know?
Yeah. Okay, so we saw that, and then we saw the original. I don't know whether it's the original. We saw Robin Hood with Errol Flynn.
Robin Hood and his merry men.
Yes,
and they were married.
And they were married.
I'll tell you the costuming.
Oh my word, the costuming.
If you're an
Bright.
outlaw hiding in the forest, you probably don't want to wear fire engine red from head to toe.
Green
But,
pants. Oh no, it's
I don't know.
It's fun. It is. It's fun. And it had Olivia de Havilland as Maid Marian, and Errol Flynn,
She
of
was
course.
a very pretty lady.
Beautiful woman. And you remember, we had to look it up because I couldn't remember. Her sister was Olivia de Havilland and
Ava Gardner?
No.
Lana Turner?
no,
Joan Fontaine.
Joan Fontaine.
That's who it was.
That was it, Joan Fontaine. And they actually, I think, towards the end, hated each other.
Did
They were always rivaling, for movies. On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando.
And that was
could have been a contender.
That was Ava Marie Saint. That was the very first movie she ever did. Ava Marie Saint was On the Waterfront. So that was really cool to
Yes.
know that was her first film. And it's, of course, another one of these classic movies about the local dock worker union and on the waterfront. And it's quite great. Lee J. Cobb. And who was the other guy that was in there? He was awfully good, too.
Oh, Rod Steiger.
Rod Steiger. Yeah, God, talk about overactor. But it was good, very good.
What was that movie I loved with Rod Steiger? No Way to Treat a Lady.
Yeah,
He plays a serial killer. It is good.
pretty scary guy.
Yeah.
He did a good job with
Yes,
that one.
he did.
Yeah, he did. Of course, the other one he was in, which he did, again, it was overacting, but darn, he was good, was They Call Me, in the Heat of the Night.
The Heat of the Night,
And then,
yeah.
it was in Mr. Tibbs, it was in The Heat of the Night, with Sidney Poitier. Oh,
Yeah.
what a great movie that was. To Have and Have Not. Now, this was the first film that Bogey and Bacall did together.
Yeah.
And she was 20, you looked it up.
She was 20 years old. Actually, she was 20 when the movie came out, so she could have been 19
Yeah.
when the movie was made. And I didn't realize they were married up until his death.
Yes, a long
I
time.
didn't realize he was 25 years older than she was.
Yeah. She had,
Those old guys are hot.
baby, you're very sexy.
Some of us, not me, but
Oh, you're very sexy. You're just like Cary Grant. You're very sexy. Anyway, back to Judy. That was her first film, and like he said, maybe she was 19 or 20. And as we watched this movie, and as we watched her act, I kept saying, this young woman, had such a sense of confidence on that screen.
19 years old.
I mean, she owned it. And you could see the electricity between her and Bogey.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see how those two would, they lit up the screen. She did an amazing
Turner
job.
Classic Movies has been great for us, but every time you watch a movie, you see something else, and that reminds you of a different movie. And of course, that's not on Turner Classic. You have to buy it. One of my favorite Bogart movies was The Left Hand of God, where he plays somebody impersonating a priest in China during the time of the warlords. And
God, great movie.
yeah,
Great movie.
so we're gonna have to rent that.
Yeah, and that's okay. Wait, what else are we doing? We're not going to lunch, that's for sure. The Goodbye Girl.
No lunch?
No lunch, honey. The Goodbye Girl with Richard Dreyfuss and
Marsha Mason.
Marsha Mason, thank you.
Sweet movie.
Oh, it's adorable. I can remember us going to the theater and seeing that movie. It's really a wonderful film. Again, it's one of those that was done in maybe 1975, I would say. 76 maybe, something in there. And
That's a Neil Simon, I think.
yeah, it is.
And he was married to Marsha Mason.
Yes, he was
wasn't
for many years, yeah. So that's a good one, too. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And then the last one we saw, which was very, very good, we had not seen this one, was The Asphalt Jungle.
I think I saw it years and
Oh,
years ago.
I don't think I
Sterling
ever saw
Hayden plays what they call a hooligan.
A hooligan,
basically
yeah.
a gangster type, and
Oh, gosh, and
Sam Jaffe is in it.
Sam Jaffe, yeah.
He plays the criminal mastermind,
Yeah.
and
it's really good.
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe has a small part in it.
she had this bit part at the front of the movie, and we said, "Is that it?" She was in the credits.
Yeah.
And she came back towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then there was an old actor named Lewis Calhern,
Oh, that's right.
who was very famous back in the day, and anyway, he had a significant part in it.
Yeah.
And then James Whitmore was very
Oh,
good.
right, he was
Yeah.
in that, too.
Lots of good characters. And
Yeah.
John McIntyre, who played
yeah.
a lot of
Western
cops.
too. He did a lot of Western stuff, don't you think?
No, I don't think so. But anyway, he was in a movie, I believe, called The Naked Jungle.
Oh.
It was about again, New York City cops.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
So
they
anyway-
did a lot with the naked in New
Yeah.
York. Was always the naked jungle, the naked city. A lot
A
of
lot
people
of
were
nudity
running
going
around
around
close.
in New York, I guess. Anyway, there's a movie we have set for recording either next week or the week after
Yeah.
that I'm excited about. We've been trying to find it forever. Excuse me. Film called Strangers in Good Company.
Oh my gosh!
It's about
yes.
a busload of older women,
Yeah,
seniors,
very.
who break down out in the Canadian wilderness
Yeah.
and have to survive by using their wits until somebody comes back with help.
Oh, it's
Somebody
a
was-
wonderful movie. I mean, it's not like horrible, like
No,
they're
and-
surviving. I mean, it is women coming. It's a woman empowerment. I mean, these women go out there and they do it, and it's just amazing. They
And I
find
don't
a
think
shelter.
any of them were professional actors.
Oh, no, they were
Nobody
all-
you've ever heard
No,
of before.
no, it's a
But
great,
anyway, that's
great movie.
coming up, so we're looking forward to that.
And of course, Hard Day's Night.
Hard Day's Night. Well, I liked Help better
Oh, very
than
much,
Hard Day's
yeah.
Night. It was a lot more fun, but
Do you know, I can remember Hard Day's Night going to the theater, and I think the ticket was, oh my gosh, I think it was $1.25, and like that was a lot of money. They hit you hard. But my girlfriend and I, God, I'll never forget this. We got in early and we ran to the very front of the theater. They're like the front row. Well, by the time we got out of there, we'd been sitting like this for 2 hours, and we both. Oh, that's such terrible Spindex.
I can top that.
Okay.
When I was growing up, I had a friend in San Francisco named Tom Brown. May he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tom passed away several years ago of cancer. But anyway, his uncle was the secretary, which is a high position in the union of the projectionist union in San Francisco. And we got to go to all kinds of premieres. I mean, we got to meet Maximilian Schell when Judgment at Nuremberg came out because we were there the very first night.
Oh, wow.
And they were all at these big extravaganza type theaters.
Oh, they were so grand back
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
And we'd always go to dinner with his mother before we went to the show, and she went home after work. But, you know, in downtown San Francisco, it was fun. Where was I going?
I don't know.
We went to see opening night of It's a Mad, Mad, Mad
Oh my
World.
God, yes.
And we got there late because dinner ran overtime, and the only seats available were the very first row. And
Oh,
this was
yeah.
one of the movies where the screen went forever, you know, from way over there to way over there. And it was right in front of us. And we spent that night being inundated with sights and sounds and motion. And I don't think I was right for a month after that.
Well, you know, that's one of the reasons I can't, not that we do theaters now, of course, but I can't do big theaters. Well, big theaters. I can't do theaters because the sound and the visual, it's overwhelming. It's just, I can't take it. It's too loud. It's too big. It's in your face.
She
Can't do
also
it.
can't do theaters since she saw the Dustin Hoffman, Morgan Freeman movie called Outbreak.
Oh my God.
Where there's a scene in this theater
Yeah,
where,
see the movie.
where the disease is being spread.
Yeah, see the movie.
Yeah.
We don't want to ruin it, but
No,
it's
no.
it's very.
No, it's a fun film. Yeah. And
Wait. Outbreak?
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of action.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't
a
think it
lot
was
of
fun.
suspense, and
Okay.
if ever there was a movie where someone overacted, Dustin Hoffman should have been arrested for
Yeah,
overacting.
it's pretty much. You know, the one thing I want to mention about this list was that I had not seen Asphalt Jungle, and you thought you had. The other movie, you know, a lot of these we're seeing again. You know, 40 years later, we're watching some of these again. The one that neither one of us had seen was that To Have and Have Not with
I
Bogey
thought
and
there was
Bacall.
some other movie we just saw that I said I had never seen.
I think you said that about Dial M for Murder.
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
Or
so
maybe it was on the waterfront because
oh,
I
it was
hadn't
on the
seen that.
waterfront. That's right. You did say that about the movie. So that's it, folks. That's it. We got
Yeah, we're just
hanging in there.
watching movies, spending too much shopping online.
Yeah, it's, you know what? It's easy. It's easy. You know, when we place orders for groceries to be delivered or to go pick up, for some reason, I'm not aware of the pricing so much. I say, okay, I need a jar of pickles. And I said, well, those are the pickles I would like. And I, put them in the virtual cart. Well, then if I was at the grocery store going down the aisles and I said, oh, the pickles, and I saw those pickles and they were priced, I'm just going to use $6. I'd say, oh my God, I'm not paying $6 for those pickles. And yet online, I don't even look at the $6 price tag. I just stick them in my jar. However, I would never pay $6.
Yep.
All right, everybody, and that's pretty much
That's
the only
it. We'll
shopping
keep
we've
you
done.
updated on the fires
Yes,
and
we will. And thank you all. Really, thanks everyone who has written and said, "Hey, are you guys all right?" Because I think it's wonderful that you kind of keep tabs on
maybe
us.
they were psychiatrists writing in.
Do you need help?
They've been watching us and they know we're not okay.
Okay, everybody, you take care. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.